Set a trap and got the laziest guy fired. So I was working at this hospital doing environmental services, basically just hauling trash and medical waste around all day. Perfect job for me since I have ADHD and need to stay moving. Me and my work partner could usually clear our whole section by lunch break, which was pretty sweet. Then this new guy, Ben, started. At first he seemed cool enough, you know? Just another dude trying to make some money. But after his first week, things got weird fast. I'd show up Monday morning and the trash bins would be completely overflowing. Like nasty food containers and medical waste just piled up everywhere. The smell was disgusting. Then Tuesday would be the same mess. And Wednesday too. I'm talking about bins that should have been emptied 3 days ago still sitting there full. Management was getting pissed because families and patients were complaining about the smell and mess. My supervisor kept pulling me aside asking what was going on. Why our section looked like a dump. I kept telling her I had no idea. But honestly, I was starting to suspect Ben wasn't doing his job. The problem was Ben was really good at lying. Like scary good. Whenever management asked him about the overflowing bins, he'd have some excuse ready. Oh, I thought Jake was covering that wing. Or the elevator was broken so I couldn't get the cart up there. Or my personal favorite, I cleared that yesterday. Someone must have dumped a bunch of stuff after I left. He was so convincing that even I started doubting myself sometimes. Maybe I was missing sections? Maybe I was forgetting which bins I'd already emptied? But deep down I knew something was off because I'd been doing this job for 2 years and never had problems like this. What really got me was that I'd be busting my ass trying to catch up on all the missed work while Ben would just disappear for hours. I'd be running around with full garbage carts, sweating like crazy, and he'd show up at the end of the day looking fresh as a daisy, talking about how tired he was from working so hard. The breaking point was when Mrs. Rodriguez in room 314 complained that her medical waste hadn't been picked up in 4 days. She had diabetes and needed her used needles disposed of safely. Having that stuff pile up was not just gross, it was dangerous. Management called us both in and basically said if this didn't get fixed, heads were gonna roll. That's when I decided to set my trap. It was a Friday afternoon and I was doing my final rounds. I got to the pediatric wing and saw this trash bin absolutely overflowing with juice boxes, diaper wrappers, and used tissues. Just gross stuff everywhere. But here's the key detail. That whole wing gets shut down on weekends. No patients, no visitors, no staff except security. The trash situation wouldn't change at all until Monday. I pulled out my phone and took a picture of the bin from 2 different angles, making sure you could see the room numbers and the clock on the wall showing the time and date. Then I left it exactly as it was. Ben was scheduled to work Saturday and Sunday, so if he was actually doing his job, that bin should be empty by Monday morning. Monday rolls around and I get to work 30 minutes early. I go straight to that same bin in the pediatric wing. It was exactly the same. Same juice boxes, same tissues, even the same piece of banana peel hanging over the edge. I took another picture from the exact same angles. I marched straight to my supervisor's office and showed her both pictures. She looked at them for like 10 seconds. Then her face got this really serious expression. She called Ben into the office immediately. Ben walks in all casual, probably thinking this was just another routine check-in. My supervisor puts the pictures on her desk and asks Ben to explain why this bin hadn't been touched in 4 days. Ben starts doing his usual thing. Oh, I definitely emptied that on Saturday, and maybe someone dumped more stuff after I left, and the lighting in that picture makes it hard to tell. But then I pointed out specific pieces of trash that were in identical positions in both photos. That banana peel hadn't moved a millimeter. The juice box with the torn straw was in the exact same spot. There was even this crumpled up tissue that had the same wrinkles in both pictures. Ben's face went completely blank. He just sat there staring at the pictures, probably trying to come up with some new lie, but there was nothing he could say. The evidence was right there in front of him. Turns out, Ben had been spending most of his shifts hiding in empty patient rooms, scrolling through his phone. Security footage later showed him just sitting in random places throughout the hospital doing absolutely nothing. He'd been getting paid for 40 hours a week while maybe working 5. My supervisor fired him on the spot.